Nothing on this show is authorized by the Food and Drug Administration, and nothing said here is intended to treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any disease. Contact your physician before starting a diet or exercise regimen, including supplementation. This is not medical advice and is for entertainment purposes only.
Roll slow. All right. Just that was a little warm up.
It's also
just like
available
Black
on SoundCloud.
And SoundCloud. Black was a warm up. Red is the switch. Let's freaking go.
Welcome to the Supp podcast, y'all. We have our special guest here today, Mr. Darin Decker of Alpha Lion. Today is a big day for Alpha Lion.
That's fantastic.
We've gone full red.
We're full red.
Full red. We switched from black to red. Alpha Lion has launched their new pre-workout line. Actually, the entire line, right?
Gives you like 5 products.
All
or
our pre-workouts
like
have transitioned from black to red.
Black to red. Red is the new move. Been working on it for a while now. Darin is here to talk about it. Alpha Lion's been blowing up all over the retail and the direct consumer. And we've got one of the movers and shakers of the brand in the studio here today to kind of go through the process, go a little behind the scenes, what's happening, and talk about the drop, the launch, and everything that went wrong on the way to getting to there.
It's a big deal to do what we did, right? So
thanks for coming all the way to Houston, Texas to come and play shenanigans with us.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is, I would say, one of the more fun podcasts that I get to watch, being in the fitness industry and sports supplements. And you guys are not just fun to hang out with, but, you're good human beings and very talented at both sectors of like where you guys work. So I've got to work with you over the years and you over the years. And I think I've promised to come down here, probably the last 2 brands I've been with and haven't been able to do it. And so now I have a little bit more autonomy, a little bit more, I would say freedom, and I'm very, very pleased to be here and kick off this.
It's a pretty sweet gig.
It's a great gig.
You've gotten to do some really cool stuff.
I have. I'm excited, and I'm excited to talk about it, but I know we're going to cover a lot of different shit here because you guys are interesting. I'm relatively interesting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Joey's really interesting. And
nothing interest here going on at all.
We got boring people.
Yes. This is not, no one's signing up to be signing up for the satanic church here either. Just I want to make that clear for our viewers at home that might see someone that looks
I still
relatively
don't know
similar
what you're talking about.
Well, then breathe because your face is turning red.
He's just embarrassed.
Yeah. It's the niacin, Joey.
Oh, that's a hell of a niacin flush.
I know, it's a new recipe.
That's great.
So, Joey, you got to work on this project. We'll get on that, too. So, Joey was the consultant on the R&D formulation side.
Give us some history on this, too, because I wasn't with Alpha Lion when you first started kind of working on this project.
I think first we need your story.
Yeah, we got to get to you.
Get your story.
I come in later.
Oh, are you sure? Because I think you were first.
We got to talk about the Darin Decker story of like how you got here.
Oh, God.
Yeah. When you were like in school and stuff, did you like play sports or how did you like get into this like industry in general?
Through I think how most people do, right? With sports, and like probably a desire to understand like how your body worked, the different products that you could take, and probably similar to maybe some other people's stories. Is I was in high school, I wanted to lose weight, as some people remember me as the old husky boy when you were trying to find my handle earlier. That
was a legendary name, and now you have a real legendary name.
I do. And so I'd go to GNC, right? Like that's what you did when you were younger. You'd talk to the associate, you'd ask about what's behind that glass.
What's this?
And I think I took like MRI, like Black and creatine CR3 or something like that.
Yeah,
that was my first pre-workout.
Those were the 2 that I'd stack, and that like I thought I was taking steroids, right? Like,
back then you might have been.
Yeah, you never know. And
because back then, there was a couple that were legal.
And there's so like between those, like the creatines and the NO products, and then being relatively overweight, taking like the old Muscle Tech Hydra Cut. or
Hydroxycut?
hydroxycut.
Is that with ephedra?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I had heart palpitations a couple times when I was younger, so I know
I
what
used
that
to
feels
just
like.
take a nice little ephedra nap where you were having so many palpitations where you just like, I'm going to try to sleep this off.
Yeah, and so honestly, it started with passion, and then I think over my career, I've ducked in and out of this industry as I think some do, and I've just kind of been constantly called back. And I would say it was about 9 years ago when I was in medical device industry. I really just was sick and tired of doing audits in hospitals.
What were you selling in medical devices?
I was actually a senior. I was product manager for a distribution company called Medline, and I was in the urology department. So I had to I managed a line of
Wiener scopes.
Wieners.
Foley catheters.
Oh, okay.
So I'd have to do audits of like ICUs, and so I saw a lot of
Wieners.
a lot of wieners, a lot of down there's. And I was just kind of sick of it. And I had like an hour or two commute each way, and I just had my daughter, and I was just like, God, like this is not filling me up.
I can't take it.
I can't take it.
If I see another old man's penis, I'm going to lose it.
Clip that.
This is a great clip. But honestly, it wasn't. The dicks didn't bug me as much.
That's not helping you, but okay.
Dicks didn't bug me as much. It was honestly, I would say some of the obesity that you see.
Oh, yeah.
And then like multiple nurses having to hold back a stomach to be able to insert or pull out Foley catheters was really just like, for me, I was like, okay, like this is great, but like this industry kind of treats it after the fact. And so like I wanted to go
Like,
to
are you
where
really helping people?
Yeah. So part of me is just always pulled to this industry. One, because there's science, there's fit people, there's healthy habits. There's always healthy habits next to when you talk about supplements.
Hardly any catheters.
Hardly any. By the way, there might be an interesting like functional way to deliver it, but we'll talk about that later. Now the ball's rolling. But that's what really got me back into it. I applied for a job at bodybuilding.com and became their category lead out in Boise. That's what kind of led me through the foray of retail, buying, and then to the brand side where I worked at Caged. I worked at Applied Nutrition. Now,
What was your role at bodybuilding.com?
Category lead. So like buyer, like I was.
So like you were like a category manager.
I was a
for
category
products
manager, yeah.
At bodybuilding.
And I was a buyer before that, years before I Groupon 2 for the category.
What years were you doing that at bodybuilding.com?
2018 to 2020.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Up until COVID.
Yeah. And then,
Okay.
And then we went remote, and then I got transitioned to kind of partnership developments, BD, where I kind of was more so on the marketing side, where I was doing the like pay for play side of BBcom, where you pay for emails, and I was working with brands on that marketing side of the business. And yeah, and then I jumped over to Cage because I saw that they had opportunity for a VP of sales.
And they're in Idaho.
And they are in California.
Oh, they're in California.
Yeah, but Chris Gethin at the time was based in Idaho. Yeah.
Did you meet him? Is that how you figured out the whole thing?
I mean, I was category manager, so I worked with every major brand. Like, I sat down at the round table in Downers Grove with, the heads of Glambia, like Muscle Tech and Canada. And like, so I knew all these guys just from dealing with them on a business level. And so I just kind of knew what availabilities were out there, and I shot my shot, and I got on at Caged, and that was a good run for a few years, and then we moved on. So
You went to Applied Nutrition for a year or two?
just a year.
A year?
Yep.
And then how long have you been working for Alpha Lion?
Just over a year. Yeah. So, and the Alpha Line thing was funny. I talked about this on the Price Plow podcast because I was talking to, and it was really kind of random. Mike reached out, Roberto, and just kind of asked me, "Hey, are you open to anything right now?" And I was like, "Why?" He goes, "Because Alpha Line's looking for like a storyteller, NPD type of person on their team." And I was doing kind of commercialization at Applied and sales. So I was kind of helping with bringing products to market. As you know, we worked on and performance together and ABE. But then when I reached out to the team, they were actually about to lose their VP of sales at the time. So they had kind of two holes. And those two holes were what I was kind of doing in my past role. And so I was like, I find Jordan to be like a very, very smart individual as a COO leader. Troy's fantastic. Our CMO I got to meet, our COO. I'm just surrounded at Alpha Lion with like really, really smart people that challenge the absolute shit out of me on a daily basis. And it's just making me that much better. And so I said yes. And so far the chemistry in the room's been great. And I think you were telling us about our signs earlier. We got some, Jordan, you're Gemini.
That really works well with his Aquarius
and
nature.
I'm an Aquarius. If you listen
Both
to this,
of you are very logical. You know,
So, yeah.
and then there's the auspiciousness of this pre-workout launch that you mentioned.
yes,
Because we're in Leo season right now.
we are, dude. It is Leo. Just so everyone knows, that's the freaking lion in the sky that you see.
We're technically in what's called Lionsgate portal.
Oh, as we launch this,
Yeah.
dude, timing is everything.
Yeah. I mean, it couldn't be more perfect or more appropriate.
That's what I'm saying.
You guys are literally stealing the spotlight from everyone else right now.
That's kind of part of the tactics as well.
Yeah. And
The stars aligned. Didn't even know it.
Yeah.
yeah, happy accident.
That's how it happens.
So how many products? Oh, wait, first of all, let's get into like the history of like Alpha Lion before we even like talk about this launch.
Yeah.
I first like we were at Glaxon when did Alpha Lion start?
9 years ago.
9 years ago, which would be 2017.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, because we're in 26.
Yeah, 2017.
Okay, and Glaxon we started working on that in 2018 because Alpha Lion had already existed. But I remember back in my single days where I would get ads for Alpha Lion on like Snapchat
Hell
and Tinder.
yes. Hell yes.
Which I thought was like, why aren't all supplement companies doing this? Be like, you're trying to get a date? Maybe you should get in better shape. Here's some supplements.
It's like Dad Bod Destroyer.
Or it's
That
like
came
selling,
later. That came later.
Really?
Yeah.
Or it's like selling boner pills on porn sites. You know, it makes sense. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you're here for this reason. You might as well take this supplement.
Yeah, their performance marketing has always been really well targeted. But I remember we were at Glaxon doing that weight loss thermal.
Yeah.
And it had Mitoburn. And you guys were doing a lot of Mitoburn at the time with Gaines Candy.
Yeah.
And I just remember getting kind of murdered by Gaines Candy.
So as far as like people not buying thermal, they would just buy Gaines candy.
Just
and
not
add
that,
on
like not even
Mitoburn.
that, but like getting the Mitoburn because they were buying so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hasn't stopped probably since then. I think we're the largest consumer of Mitoburn, like direct from NMB. Like we put it on boats and bring it right to us.
Sean Wells must love you guys.
I don't know. I don't talk to Sean. Sean, do you love us? I don't know.
But no, and I was getting these ads and everything, and like obviously the whole Superhuman pre-workout thing, which is a genius name for pre-workout.
It's always been good IP.
I think
Yeah.
they knew that too. And like the dialogue I've had with both Jordan and Troy was they loved Alpha Lion, they launched it, and then they got the trademark and branded Superhuman as like the first pre-workout. And then like right after their launch, from what I've gathered, they're like, oh shit, like
We should have gone with this name.
Superhuman's a sick name. Like,
Yeah.
what do we do now? Right.
Yeah.
Like, and so I think that dialogue has been in their head for the last 9 years of like, how do we make this happen with these two things? And I think I've only been here a year, but as I was saying before this, like there's been people throughout this industry that have worked with Alpha Lion, like over the years, like really great minds, right?
Yeah.
Like you worked in the background, like for all these formulas that we're going to talk about today. Like you did how many years ago? 2 years ago?
Probably.
Yeah, probably 2 years ago that you worked on all these formulas. And like guys like Josh Saul were consultants for Alpha Lion and helped try and guide them through something like this years ago. And Drew Peters is, he was in the innovation
long
place
time.
for a place, for Alpha Lion too. So like all these people within our industry had, have something to do when it comes to this. Even TK, like TK was involved with this process. Like, I've seen, TK's probably seen just as many as I have, and I'm sure Jordan's seen a lot more, concept of what Superhuman should look like, right? And everyone's going to have a fucking opinion about what Superhuman should look like, and like, right? Like, but this is what our customers said that they wanted. What you see today in market is what our customers said that resonated most with them. And so that's what we listened to, and that's what we went with. And how these brands work together, I think, is where the magic potentially could happen long term, and that's what I'm mostly excited about.
Yeah, it's complicated trying to go to market with it with all, retail, and when you have such a huge direct consumer performance marketing strategy based around this black and gold and great content marketing and really great ad spend, right? Like, where you guys are spending the dollars, it's like working, and it's created a lot of movement for your products, but almost in a, and you've said this before, it's like quiet. Like you guys aren't really at all the trade shows.
No.
You're not, I think y'all were in GNC early and then kind of pulled back on it.
Yeah, they were GNC Direct early. Like I would say 2.5 years ago is when, maybe almost 3 years ago, they got into GNC and then went the direct route first, right? Just building those partnerships, building those capabilities. And without really a full omni-channel
it seemed like
strategy.
It was there, but direct consumer was definitely the focus.
1,000%.
Yeah. And like I said, Alpha Lion never, like the CEO and all, it never really played in the same, swam in the same pools as kind of all the other guys do at the trade shows and stuff like that. So you it's not like you didn't have representation. You were always there, but like you weren't at the shows and stuff.
At Arnold or Olympia or any of those.
Yeah, but you're still like outselling most of these brands online.
Potentially.
And Rising and Amazon, right?
Yeah, we've always been, again, really strong on Amazon. I think that was, it's part of the decision to like go to a company like this for me, right? Where you can go to a company and you can go bang down doors and you can go sell in. That's really the easy part. It's having the dollars on the back end to actually drive the turns in store and the awareness of the brand that actually truly matter. And that's what excited me most, when I was talking to the team before joining. It was just like, oh, you guys understand what it takes to like market effectively. Now, if I can just harness that into basically a wider net, right? Into
a retail strategy.
What are you putting into the top, right? Mm-hmm. Not everyone's going to shop direct. Not everyone's going to shop at Amazon. There's still buyers at GNC and still buyers at Vitamin Shop. But if you're not putting products here that match what's going in up here for the awareness, these are gonna fail. But if every dollar you put up here, if I catch some of that, that actually goes back into the business to continue to amplify like what the effect of that dollar actually did.
Well, it's definitely a multiplier when you hit retail, especially major retail.
For sure.
It's definitely like the next step.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, you can only get so big in direct consumer without bringing in venture capital funding and then try and sell. And, like there's brands that are doing that.
Yep.
Right. Really tough to do in pre-workout.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the next step for you guys would be is to establish yourself as a mainstay brand and then let that brand equity, that exposure now populate across the major distribution and retail outlets. So like in traditionally in supplements, right, it usually starts in independent specialty, right? Like it starts at GNC, Vitamin Shop, and then who knows, grocery, then your other box stores, Walmart, Costco, whatever. Hopefully that comes knocking, but you need you got
to be ready.
You got to be ready for it.
You got to be ready.
Most people are not ready for it. You've kind of done this a few times, so you know the process and you know where things like fail and don't fail. So like what's been like a challenge kind of coming in and you have a mostly D2C brand and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, Darin, we're ready for retail.
Yeah.
And you're like, are you? Are you, and then you have to go back and you have to approach all these relationships that them, but it's fresh because it's a new brand.
1,000%. Yep.
It's maybe not a new brand, but it may be new to them and new to you.
Yeah.
And they had maybe a previous relationship with GNC and stuff. So how do you like reignite that and say like, hey, we want to be a contender, not just another bottle on the shelf?
Yeah, I think I give Alpha Lion a lot of credit, and I give Jordan, Carlos, and our C-suite a lot of credit for how they look at the business. They're very financially due diligent, right? And I think it probably stems.
When I was building products with them, like that was one thing I noticed is like Jordan pays attention.
Oh,
all the costs,
minute details.
And there was like always really good guardrails. Like I knew what the expectations were, like from that financial standpoint. You can formulate into oblivion
for sure. And
he was really good about like setting up those guardrails, which I can thrive in that little box sometimes.
Yeah. And I think that's where for me it gets challenging sometimes, right? Is because retail isn't as clean as a data set as digital, right? Like Carlos is able to make really quick changes on a PDP to be able to say, I made this one change. This is the difference in conversion. I spent this much. I changed this ad to like this customer cohort, and this was the change. And that's instantaneous data that they can make really quick, actionable decisions on. Whereas with retail, either like the data's lagging, right? Like always. Like, so we look at sell through all day, every day. But for me to be able to go unlock $1 for retail versus unlock $1 for digital, it's a lot harder, right?
The feedback loop is longer.
The feedback loop is longer, one, and like the investment of ROI is really it's difficult to kind of showcase in retail. And so, I think the biggest takeaway that I have is, test and learn. And that's really what Jordan wants to see and how we kind of do things is like, one, we get asked, like we launched in GNC, like basically this strategy I'm talking about at the beginning of the year. It's been extremely successful. I'm being asked to create more products in these categories, like on a daily, weekly basis from these category managers. But that's not our strategy. Our strategy isn't to go wide, right? Our strategy is to go deep and bring products that actually have a high TAM and we can spend into them and they do penetrate deep in market and we can take a 35% share in 6 months, right? In a category that historically has been declining with these products. And I don't need to go
like you did with Burn 2.0.
Like I did with Burn 2.0. I don't need to go make more, right? Like I need to go find what's that next category to penetrate. What's that next category that we could potentially bring more customers into?
Well, the weight management category was like, it's been on the decline
for years.
And it's like, everyone was like, all right, pack it up. We're out of here. Mm-hmm. And so many players in the weight management category had packed it up and left.
Yes.
Which left a power vacuum for you guys to go in there and fill it. And it's partly luck, but then it's also like partly that strategy and taking notes of like, okay, there's been an exodus. It's drying up over here, but then like that's the perfect time to strike.
Yes. And I think that's something that being in retail, like specialty retail in a lot of ways, like the foot traffic is the challenge, right? And so they want to partner with people that have the dollars to spend to drive the foot traffic, one. Number two, like a lot of these categories are declining in specialty. It's just brass tacks. And it's dog eat dog. And so if you're the guy that can spend more, you're the guy that's bringing innovation. All you're really doing is taking share. You're not bringing kind of the big incremental swings.
But so many people gave up share.
Yes,
that was the other thing.
Yes,
like and that could be happening in other categories.
It is,
and someone's got to do that. Someone's got to make up for that because those customers are still coming in.
Yeah, and they still want it, and they still want innovation. They still want newness. They want new flavors. Clearly, I'm talking about pre-workout, and I'm coming for it. Like that's kind of what we're talking about, right? Whereas we're most pre-workout brands.
What about PB and Gains?
What about PB and Gains?
I can't say enough good stuff about PB and Gains.
PB and Gains is such a good name,
and it's such a good flavor. It's the best peanut butter protein that I've ever had in my whole life.
I'll give you brass tacks on that one, just from what I see.
Because protein sucks right now.
Well, not just that. That's one piece of it.
That's certainly an element.
The other is probably the conundrum of that product.
What do you mean the conundrum on that product?
All right, you're a smart guy, right? So you like that product, one, because it tastes good, right?
Yeah.
You also understand science pretty well.
Yeah.
So you understand that there was digestive enzymes in it. It was a WPI.
It was great.
But
I kept buying that stuff continually for my household.
Has candy pieces in it, right? So you have this really
inclusions.
You have this really high end like whey protein isolate for a specific consumer,
but it's got candy,
and then it has candy with like artificial sweeteners, artificial colors.
Don't care.
I know you don't, and I don't, because we understand the science. But like,
what about the customers?
What's trending at Vitamin Shop? What's the number one selling protein at Vitamin Shop?
I have no idea.
Transparent Labs.
Really?
Yeah, it's been that way for the last like 2 years.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Is their peanut butter as good as yours? I doubt it.
It's all natural, so definitely not.
I mean, mean, yours is like real peanut butter powder in addition to the candy.
Yeah, of course. No, it tastes amazing.
I think it would be a travesty to not mention that product in this podcast.
Great product.
Yeah, but the real shift I think started with the Burn 2.0.
Yeah.
Because I saw it starting to enter into GNC and some of the stores that I'm friends with, and they started prioritizing it, which it's a carnitine product, right?
What are you doing?
So it's like this already exists. I don't understand. I don't get the hype.
Yeah.
But it's really all about positioning.
Positioning one, right? I think the other piece is like you said, Mitoburn was killing it, right? Like our straight filled Gaines candy was doing well.
Yeah.
Capsule formulations, like single ingredient capsules, like are really tough. And so what's in our Burn 2.0? It's Mitoburn, it's Caloriburn, it's GBB, it's carnitine, right? Like it's those capsule formats in an easy, convenient shot liquid that's non-stim thermo that gives you an acute result in the gym. And so you keep coming back to it. It's like, that's the magic sauce of what that product is. Like at the end of the day,
You feel it.
Yeah, you feel it.
You
like,
sweat your balls.
And I think that's why, like,
Not to mention, like, everything else in there is clinically studied to burn fat or at least facilitate lean body mass.
And I just think that's what people want, right? Like it's really tough for me to be super consistent on like a longevity product, right? Because you don't necessarily feel it every single day.
Is this working? I don't know.
Yeah, but like you take Burn 2.0, most likely you're going to sweat. If you take too much of it, you're definitely going to sweat and not feel great.
Bad time.
You have a bad time. But that's just why I think that product is like really unique in the delivery. The taste is great, and the acute experience you get.
So how have you been winning that category coming in? And is it on price? Is it on messaging?
Yeah. Well, it's twofold, right?
What's the perfect storm that made that happen?
It was a perfect storm. So one is spend amount, right? Like most brands want to launch with the retailer when they bring out something new. I don't. I'm going to let that sit for a while.
Explain yourself.
I don't, because I'm going to have to spend a lot more to drive that one home from an education perspective, as opposed to if I can control that environment of awareness. And so Burn 2.0 was on our website. It was scorched first.
Yeah, I remember that.
We rebranded it to Burn 2.0. We put it in a subscription funnel. We scaled that funnel up to drive awareness. We put it on Amazon. It quickly started scaling on Amazon without any PPC, which means we hit a saturation point. Like within market, there people were seeking our products because we had spent so much, right? And maybe this is me giving probably away too much, but not everyone's going to have this much money to spend, so I think we're okay.
So you ranked, you rank, and
so
you're top
re-rank,
of,
and what the market is telling you is that you're spending a lot to acquire customers. There's spillover in Amazon, so people are seeing it consistently. Now, if they want that product like quicker, if they know that it's in a retail store, or they.
So you mean when you're talking about subscription, you're talking about subscribe and save on Amazon?
Well, I'm talking
direct
subscription
consumer.
on D2C.
Oh, you have direct subscription?
Yes. Like,
Okay.
That's where majority of like our sales are, right?
Okay.
they have these great ads, and
Yeah.
they make all this great content, and
And we have great like welcome kits for people to sign up for a subscription with us. And
Okay.
so like once that hits a point, then you bring that product in to retail. And now there's an awareness play that's already been seeded in market. People have already tried it. They probably, by the time they saw it in retail, if they were in that core.
Oh, thank God.
Well, if they saw it in retail, right, and they might not have bought it on our D2C, because not everyone buys from a D2C. Like, how many brands do you guys buy direct? Like, they might have bought it on Amazon yet, but they're in store, which means they're in market, and maybe they saw the ads 6 or 7 times before they entered. And by then, okay, I see it on the shelf. I'll ask the guy, would you recommend this? Oh, people love it. They sweat as soon as they take it. Oh, grab, go, done.
Have you ever had a customer call in with a complaint because they just took that bottle and like turned it up?
There's plenty of people that don't read labels.
They don't
in
know
the
how to
United
read.
States.
Yeah. And they're like, I'm going to get this $40 bottle of, whatever, and just turn it up.
I've already discussed with Darin sort of like the giant 12-pound gorilla in the room. 12 pound? 1,200.
12 pound gorilla.
1,200 pound gorilla.
Must be cute.
This episode is sponsored by Four Roses.
They didn't give me any money. I don't know the hell you're talking about.
Tell us about the 12-pound gorilla.
The 1,200-pound gorilla
All right, what's that?
is those damn like the dosing on these liquid carnitines. How are you supposed to be telling them how much to take when there's no way to actually meter out how much to take in any sort of convenient way?
It's on our label we do tablespoons.
That's the compliant way to do it.
Everyone's got a tablespoon.
No one does that. They just put it in the cap and chug it, right?
It sounds like user error.
Skill
From a
issue.
compliance perspective.
Skill
Sounds
issue.
like- no, it's I think on
Your
our
Honor, we clearly placed on the label, use the tablespoon.
I think we said tablespoons, approximately like half a cap, right? Like that's typically what it is. And again, like that's what you do. But at the same time, like if you put the equivalent to like a scoop, like it's a leveled scoop. Most people just take it and
Is
throw
it a
in.
fluffed scoop?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it a rounded scoop?
It
Is
depends.
it packed in level?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same kind of user error, but again, like that's where I think the
Suggested use information guide. It's like art. You know, the beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and they
Yeah.
will do what they're going to do.
Yeah, but it's also
And
there's regulatory.
Sure. But I mean, we can't help what people do.
Yeah.
With whatever.
I'm
it
just
is.
we say
saying-
don't exceed like one
I'm
full.
just saying
we
we
say
should-
don't exceed one full cap in a day.
There
That
you go.
That is
Is
So,
that a
so
doubler?
you have a parameter.
that's technically a 2 serving is a full cap.
How much GBB is that?
50. That's fine.
I mean, we used to have 60 in thermal, but
That's what I'm saying.
it's potent in small dosages.
Depends
you
on
sweat.
honestly. It depends on how like your tolerance, right? I'm a sweater. Like I sweat, kind of just sitting here, and so
That's why you picked that shirt today.
It is. But I would say like I'm not a scientist. I think you're probably more of a scientist than I am. Like if you have more carnitine saturation like in your body and you take that, like would you sweat more than someone that's like has low
I would
carnitine in the system?
I would assume so.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
that was my assumption. So that's like so like the
A
people.
lot of people don't understand that carnitine is a saturation ingredient.
Yeah.
And you can deplete your muscles of carnitine.
Yes.
So like taking carnitine is like a good idea, and choline too, for that matter.
Yeah.
That both of those are saturation ingredients.
I used to inject
oh yeah,
carnitine.
it's a popular thing to do.
It is. And just to see like what happened. And it's a different effect than the GBB.
What did it do?
It just made me sweat from my pits. GBB makes me sweat from my forehead. Like
Yeah,
everywhere on
GBB
my
will make
body.
me sweat from everywhere.
Yeah.
like an Amazon river, like all over my body.
You like salivate.
Maybe that's where
Oh,
you should get
yeah,
married.
it does kinda
Amazon
make you
River.
salivate.
That's where you should get married.
So you start to take this momentum, and it's taking kind of what was a defunct, or I wouldn't say dying, but kind of slow moving category in a slow moving format. And now it's become like a top seller in these stores, and
Yeah.
the buyers can't get enough of it. And it's not like
Are you guys doing any more flavors?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
you didn't like reinvent anything. You just
No.
you just spun it differently.
Yeah.
What's the pricing strategy there? Is it like, are you trying to race to the bottom and be the cheapest?
No. We're $54.99 on Burn 2.0.
I think what is also worth noting is not a capsule.
Yeah.
And I think that that's appealing to a lot
Convenient
of people.
factor makes like a big difference.
I mean, capsules are convenient, but people just don't like them anymore.
Yeah. I would say, I know plenty of people who are like, I can't swallow capsules.
My God, what is the world going to? But it's true.
But it's absolutely true. And like a shot, yeah, people can do. It's in your refrigerator. It's cold in the morning, and it's
tasty.
It tastes really great. Like
Yeah.
all of our flavors are fantastic. The new one we just launched, like people love the sour gummy flavor of that, and that's the first flavor I've been involved with, like the development on, and I'm happy with how that one turned out and how it's selling. So I think to get back to kind of your point is like, Darin, what's been the strategy here, right?
What's the secret sauce?
And so I would say November of last year, we knew what we wanted to do. We knew that we wanted to enter into weight management, into specialty. We had a goal to become the #1 weight management brand in specialty. I built the P&L and the budget and the execution strategy for how we were going to do that based off of the past history, where we needed to spend, why and when we needed to spend there. And then we predicted that we would do well based off the ad spend, and that we would be able to potentially get this rebrand done for Superhuman and be able to sell into the category of pre-workout in both retailers, which is about 5x the get from a category revenue perspective. And we would be able to take the momentum and the proof of the pudding of like, this is how we execute, this is how we view the business, this is what strength we have. We're going to show you and where we're really good, and then we're going to show you at where like we think that we have even better opportunity to grow down the road. And we were lucky enough to execute on that in Q1 and Q2, and then be able to work with our partners to get this transition done in, Q3 for us to have a really successful launch come, August. And so in GNC, like we got a wall. We'll have an Alpha Lion wall at GNC. I think everyone has their merchandising kits. The top half of that wall is going to be Alpha Lion brand. And it's going to have a sign that says #1 selling fat burning liquid in the US, because we have that data within Spins and Amazon. We are the #1 selling non-stim liquid fat burner in the US, and we will put that on our wall. And
It's interesting that it's non-stimulant though.
yeah,
But it does make you sweat.
it does. Yeah. Right. It's, I think that's also a thing that people like they can stack it with the other things, people loving energy drinks. They want to give up their morning coffee or energy drink, and so they can still use our products and still enjoy those other factors. And so the bottom half of that wall, will all be Superhuman. And
So describe to me the thought process behind the bifurcation of the two brands, the splitting, and then sort of the leaning into one. And what does this mean for Alpha Lion from a branding perspective?
That's a great question. So Alpha Lion over the last few years has really stepped up and dominated the weight management category. I think that was the first one. The second category that we've kind of been able to pull into the lead on is hormone health, men's health, right?
Okay.
And when we look at our consumer data, both in retail, how people are shopping for us, and on our site, it's about 80-20 men to female ratio, right? Which is probably expected with how we look, how we feel, how we show up. And with that, we doubled down. And so Alpha Lion's going to continue to, be the, I guess if I had to put a brand guide in front of you, it would say men that refuse to age passively. That's who engages with Alpha Lion. And those are the types of the products that we will continue to create under that umbrella, where Superhuman is the activation energy portion of that journey, right? So I need to work out. Do I go to like a longevity health forward product? No, I go to the product that's going to hit, work, and drive my performance. And that's what Superhuman is. And it also allows us to give that brand the opportunity to potentially live on its own someday. Right?
Well, the way that I see it is, like the Alpha Lion brand is more of like an aging male, maybe millennial plus, high earning, high income. And those products look, feel, and work. And Joey can speak more to them on the formulas. But for somebody, like you said, like refuses to
age passively.
Yep. Whereas like that's all great and all. That's actually a huge emerging category, especially in longevity and stuff. But these guys, a lot of these guys are getting into peptides, they're getting into TRT, into telehealth and stuff like that. And so they want adjacent type products that go along with that. Yeah. And most of them maybe not be super interested in sort of the I would say like the superficial nature of what like a pre-workout, high stim pre-workout would be.
Yeah.
But you have Superhuman now, which is really attractive to the sort of the emerging younger demographic as well. So you're kind of like hitting both, where Superhuman, it has some nostalgia in it. So it's like, it's fun.
Yep.
So like, I think both millennials and sort of Gen Z can like
enjoy it
and feel the lifestyle of the brand. Which makes a lot of sense for pre-workout, right? Yeah. For it to be this high energy, high fun lifestyle. with really great flavors and hard hitting formulas.
Yep.
But now it's fun. It's more approachable to a new generation of people that maybe you weren't. Your marketing, I feel like, is definitely like the content definitely
Yeah.
like it's attractive to that group because you guys are really funny. You'll really lean into humility and humor and like self-deprecation
Yeah.
and nostalgia.
The anti-dad bod stack.
Yeah, and chief pre-workout officer,
Right,
Like
right, yeah.
our Russian friend from Vegas, who's hilarious. I love those videos so much, and kudos to both Troy, our other co-founder, who's in those videos, and Cordero, who helps write those, and Kathy, who helps kind of organize everything there. Like we have a really awesome content team based in Vegas and LA that kind of pump all that stuff out. But no, I completely agree with you. I think the caveat to kind of what you were saying, God, I say caveat so often.
That's the caveat.
Yeah, that's the caveat. Is everything boils down to what essentially Alpha Lion is at the end of the day, right? Which is we've always said that we're technically like a performance marketing company that happens to sell supplements, right? And so even this strategy is kind of tied to exactly what we're talking about, right? Which is men 30 plus. Are they on TikTok looking for what new product to take? I don't necessarily think so, right? But are they still on Meta?
They probably are.
Yeah. So that's where Alpha Lion is like going to shine, where that investment of paid likely is going to go for that type of audience, that aging population that we can actually,
The aging population on Meta.
which we are.
That isn't
That's us.
passively,
That's
non-passively aging people on Meta.
That's us.
Oh, that's a good.
Don't
that's
let
a good
this red
caveat.
face fool
Listen,
you.
you non-passively aging men on Reddit, on Meta, on Reddit and Meta.
Exactly. And then on the other side, the caveat to that. God damn it,
You gotta stop it with the caveats.
dude! I watch
Every time you say it,
All right, push the done.
All right.
That's deal. The piece that is, man, I almost did it again. The piece that's interesting is that our social strategy, right, that Troy and the team have been doing is really geared towards Superhuman and what that brand is and what it should be. And so I think a lot of what you're going to see is more alignment on strategy from a marketing perspective on how we show up and what channels and which ways to market various types of products, because it's really, I think it's tough to kind of look back in our organic social and say organic's been driving a ton of sales of Burn 2.0, where I could probably definitely look back and say like, these are the big hits in social that we've been doing on these pre-workout series that I'm not seeing on necessarily in the data on D2C, but I definitely see growth within retail when it comes to these actions that are happening. And so I think it's just more of alignment of like Superhuman's going to be the fun brand where you're probably going to see more content on TikTok, YouTube, social, organic, like paid influencer, white labeling. That's where Superhuman's likely going to live, strive, and gain dollars from a business perspective, where the Alpha Lion portfolio is likely going to live more in the meta side of the business, just from a business strategy and marketing perspective.
one of the things that I read an article about recently is that, you know, you're talking about, you know, like a social marketing company that happens to sell supplements. There was a very similar story about Liquid Death.
Yes.
And Liquid Death did not hire a marketing team.
No, they did not.
They hired comedians.
Comedians, yeah.
Yeah. And
I read the same article.
No, I thought it was brilliant though.
It was, yeah.
And that's how they've become like a multi-billion-dollar water company.
Yes.
Is because they're like, no, we're not going with a marketing team. We're just going with comedians, and we're just going to do the most outlandish shit to get attention and steal eyeballs. And it works like a charm.
I think that's what it is, right? And I think we were talking about distribution model versus marketing earlier before we hit record in this room. But that's what it is when you're in this type of market, which there's so much dollars being thrown into your eyeballs to garner your share of like mind.
What kind of value are you going to give your customer aside from a product while they're in the mid scroll?
Exactly.
And if you provide something funny,
entertainment
or
value,
entertainment, like,
then
all of a sudden, that'll turn.
So
into product
who can
sales.
gain basically more attention through either like skits and content and humor and satire and be able to spend on that.
Or you could use cute cats.
Or cute cats and
Or
tea parties.
That's for people who actively age.
Yeah.
We're not those people.
Speaking of things on the internet that like, what do you like to watch on the internet?
Don't ask him that question.
I had to. This is getting too business. We gotta loosen this shit up.
The things I look at on the internet, mostly animal. Like, all right, so it's a lot of what I watch on TV. It has to do with wild animals.
Okay.
I'm fascinated with all kinds of different wild animal encounters. I that's just what drives me nuts. Like I would love to go like, you know, to safari in Africa or to go like in a shark cage or something like that and just get real up close with something that can easily kill me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Satan?
sends me some weird stuff.
What about you? What do you like to watch on the internet?
My content's it's
Mild?
If it's like the business content, it's basically all business
I
supplement.
scrolled past that shit.
I actually noticed that you and I follow the same like logo design guy. He does like 3 logos per video of like he's fantastic.
You're talking about
Alan
Peters?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the world.
Is he really? I just started following him a couple of days ago. I'm like, oh, TK follows this guy. This guy's content's pretty cool. I love how he thinks about and how he talks about like
He's
brands
really
in the
good.
market.
His
Yeah.
content's like really like he's trying to dog whistle blue chip brands to
Work with him.
Yeah.
I'm going to redesign their logo 3 different ways. Okay.
Yeah. And then they'll call me and then I'll tell them that'll be $250,000.
No, we just screenshot it. See ya.
Personally, yeah, it's most probably music related.
Okay.
Yeah.
You play music?
Yeah. Well, I did.
What do you
I
play?
probably haven't picked up
He has
guitar
a
in like
guitar.
6
Guitar?
months. Yeah.
It's over there in
I
the
played
corner.
drums, guitar, bass. I was in a touring band
I didn't know that.
He's legitimately good.
Oh, I had
Yeah.
no idea.
when I was like post high school. I thought I was going to be a professional baseball player, and then when that dream died, I got into music and I thought I was going to be a rock star, and I did that for several years and. Yeah.
And now he's here.
Well, you're still rock star to us. That matters. You're still rock star to us. Okay, that's cool.
So yeah, it's mostly music related. You know, that's like I guess that and airplanes.
Okay,
That's my autism.
I love it.
Yeah.
Drones. I have a lot of drone content too.
Got it. It's cool. Love it.
Yeah, but I actually been pretty burned out on industry stuff. Like the past
Yeah.
like 6 months, to be honest with you, we haven't even done that many podcasts just because like we're just
You've been playing Baldur's Gate.
yeah, I have been playing Baldur's
Well,
Gate.
it's also like we talked about this in the car too. Like I feel like there hadn't been really a lot going on like the last few months within sports nutrition.
It's been tough. And we did a podcast last weekend, which actually going to come out next week after
Okay,
this.
cool.
So it's like a posthumous podcast, but a lot of that conversation was around like,
Complaining about what sucks in the industry.
yeah, well, a lot about like how AI has it's sped up a lot of like the digital part of people
Yeah.
being able to concept and create things.
Yeah.
But like the physical part of like bringing that stuff to market is still is the same speed it's always been, which has created a huge amount of demand, which has put a huge bunch of pressure on co-mans.
Yeah.
It's put a
Supply
huge
chain.
pressure on supply chain and ingredients. And that has made things more expensive, which has gotten like more of like, because traditionally in supplements, it's like, you know, you get this kid, he's like 20 something, he gets out of college, he gets like an Amex and he's willing to like, you know, throw 35,000 down and make it a dream. Right.
Yep.
And now it's like, no, you need like 350 to $500,000 to even like
Scratch the surface.
start. Right.
Yeah.
And so that sort of dream has died. So on our side,
Can't just make a product and people buy it. Like if you build it, they're not going to come. You have
Yeah.
to build it and put a lot of money into ad spend.
Yeah. So we're having to weed out a lot more, like, because there was definitely a gold rush of that, like post 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
We had a lot of like Amazon emergers, and
Yep.
so we did a lot of that work. But it was a lot of mercenary work.
Yeah.
You know, you'd build something for them, and then you'd like set the birdie go, and then you'd kind of watch them fly out of the nest and just. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, kersplat. And you'd be like, well, I kind of knew that was going to happen because you were trying to beat me up on like price on branding. And I'm like, hey, you're going to spend 50x on this on advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah. You used to work at a bank.
Yeah. So if you're cautious about what the spend is on the branding, which is your skin, you know, it's your the way that you show up. Then I'm a little apprehensive on it, but you know, at the same time, we're a business, so it's like we're not going to say no to people who want work. So a lot of that dried up, and we still have our sort of blue chip, clients that have been doing well and scaling and growing. And they've all moved more into this grocery FDM functional, like they're trying to go more mass CPG.
Mass wellness, yeah.
They're trying to change into different formats, like the functionalization of everything, right?
Yep.
So we see more of that in these brands that have the ability to do it, and less in the emerging brands. And then pretty much everyone else who wanted to start a supplement company now wants to start a peptide brand.
Of course.
So that's really like we're kind of in that
That's
rut.
where the gold rush is
That's
now.
where we're in that rut right now. So it's like we're doing a lot of peptide brands. We have a good amount of still a lot of supplement work, but it's mostly like the Alpha Lions, the NutriBios, the brands that have already existed for a long time.
The Jockos.
Right, Jocko. They've created great saturation. They have strong business models, and then all the sort of emerging stuff is kind of like where'd it go?
Yeah.
Kind of disappeared.
I was gonna say, just in the last week and a half, there's been a lot of launches. I saw like Axe and Sledge launched like a whole wellness lineup. Tons of beverage, right? Like
Tons of beverage.
like
yeah.
Yoo-Hoo from Ghost, 2 different Ghost flavors.
We did a lot of beverage last year.
Yeah.
That was kind of like the gold rush. But even that, it costs so much money to do
Yeah.
beverage. And I think a lot of people were like deer in the headlights about it.
Yeah.
Some like Jocko has been a great winner there.
Yeah.
Especially in like their protein RTD category.
So good.
Yeah, it's just a huge business for them.
Yeah.
Where it makes sense for them to come and put the dollars into a rebrand.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing. A lot of people, especially with AI, I don't mean to steal the show, but like, people use a lot of AI for concepting now.
Yeah.
Right. They'll go in, they'll kind of figure their concept, their idea of what they want it to look like. They'll kind of fine tune it, hone it
Better
in.
than my like PDF Canva BS that I used to send you for concepting back in the day.
Yeah. Those were great, by the way.
Compared to the slop now.
I can only imagine what I
bet
could
you're
do
a
now.
wizard now with AI.
Oh, wizard, dude. Fucking wizard.
Yeah. Darin would always send me like these like PowerPoint presentations he put together with like Canva imagery and make this look good for me.
I don't think I've ever made any brand director I've ever worked with happy, because like I'm always like in retail, they always ask you like, hey, let's meet next week. And I'm like, all right, I'll put together a deck so I can have something to present. Like,
And
it's
the
never
reality is you
planned
don't
out.
really need a super badass deck
No,
for
you
stuff
don't.
like that. You don't. I mean, it's nice to have a good render.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like, I mean, there's been so many retail launches that we've been a part of in major stores where it's like they just kind of threw crap in there.
Yeah,
it's like that's not even the supplement facts panel.
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, exactly.
It's like that's not even the product, but it's like you go and you pitch it anyways, and if the relationships are good, it works.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all about relationships on that end, I think. And if you come with a good strategy, which you seem to have a good head on your shoulders about how to talk that talk and walk that walk.
Storytelling's, yeah, I think I can tell the story, but it's at the same time, like I mean, I worked for Caged. Like Caged was really strong digitally. They just didn't want to be in retail. And that was their prerogative. That's what they chose as a leadership team. And, Applied was like, they were more distribution focused than like brand, like marketing focused in the US. And so like both those things have their own challenges, but like I still had to do my job. Right. And so it's like, how do you tell the story of like, where are our strengths to make a retailer say, yes, give you a shot. And then what are the mechanisms that you have to like pull as a sales rep to make sure that sell through happens? Cause you can't rely on the retailer to do your marketing for you.
Well, it was like
just
you're
can't.
saying, all the retailers these days want foot traffic.
Yep.
And the way to drive that is in content and spend.
Yep.
Like that's just how it works. And so if you don't have a good strategy behind that, a good execution behind that,
Yeah.
like you're going to have a real hard time.
So my question to you then, like on that, is because we were kind of talking about like newness, right? And we were talking about kind of gaps in the marketplace. Like we just reformulated 4 of the 5 families of pre-workouts that we have to offer that's going out to specialty.
Yeah, y'all are pretty y'all have got a wide breadth of the category of pre-workout.
I think we
Well, in GNC, you kind of have to, because there's several different layers of pre-workout.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think like C4 did a good job of sort of identifying those.
Yeah.
But they weren't the first. Like, Muscle Tech's been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even both of those brands have really gone quiet in those segments.
Look
Those
at
categories.
Bucked Up. Bucked Up's got like 4 or 5 or 6 different pre-workouts.
And a million. Yeah, but you know, when they start looking towards the larger FDM players and they're trying to get in Costco and trying to sell their company and all that blah blah blah, they're gonna.
It's gonna look like frivolous trash.
Well, they're pissing all their partners off.
Sounds like
Yeah.
an opportunity to me.
Oh, of course it
Absolutely,
does.
yeah.
No, I think
Coming in
yeah.
with red, opposed to the same blackness that
Yep.
has been the trend, is
Be the hottest thing since Synthesis.
it's hot.
hotter. No, I think that's kind of what like. Again, I don't want to repeat myself too much for people that have listened to the other podcast I was
Better
on.
watch the C word.
What's the word? He said it, not me. I wasn't even going to say it to get the duck, but thanks, Eduardo. No, where I was going with this is like when it comes to this category specifically, like no one's really focusing on it. Like probably 2 years ago, you're doing pre-workouts all the time. Mm-hmm. Now you're really not.
Nope.
And so for me, I look at that as opportunity. I think we look at that as opportunity, and I'm going to lean into powdered pre. And that's what you're going to see from us going forward is like, cool. Like you talked about, C4 did this. Cool. Yeah, they created like the pre-workout for the state that you're in. And just like everything else in this industry, it's cyclical. It was probably like 10 years ago they did that.
Well, and you also have a whole different set of demographic of customers, and you have to meet them each where they're at.
Yeah. And right now it's identity. Like I
Yeah.
think identity's at play when it comes to products themselves. So like identity and goal and how I feel. Those are like the things that consumers are really looking at. So if I can
You've got a burn version of the pre-workout for people who want like a powdered fat burner kind of thing.
two main customer cohorts that we talk about are I'm gonna walk into
Save that for the second half.
No, you can do it now.
All right.
But like the two main customer cohorts, right, are, and these were the same cohorts I had at bodybuilding.com. I'm here to lose fat. That's
Or
customer.
gain muscle.
Or gain muscle. Those are your two major customer cohorts. And guess what? We now have a solution for both of those. Burn.
We're going to get into that after we take a pee break because we are at 1 hour.
All right, really?
All right.
Snap. All right, pee break.
Hey everybody, Joey Savage here, and I am so excited to share with you a little shindig that we are throwing on the sunny shores of Lake Conroe, September 9th through 11th. It is the Future Nutra Innovation Summit put on by my good friends over at the Future Nutra Foundation. And for 3 days, we are going to have an action-packed schedule full of a trade show floor and a series of 4 different educational tracks full of 30-minute talks talking about all different aspects of building a brand and working in the supplement industry. We're going to be talking about ingredients and sustainability. We're going to talk about quality and manufacturing. We're going to talk about sales and distribution and marketing and regulatory. All 4 tracks across 3 days. And we're going to be holding this at the Margaritaville Lake Conroe Resort. So go to futurenutra.org/FNIS for more information, or you can reach out to us at info@futurenutra.org. And we're back.
All right, I was on a tangent before we had to take our potty break.
Because this is worthy of a big reveal.
I agree. How did that silicone Foley catheter go, though, that we used earlier to get the urine out?
You know, it was actually not bad.
Yeah, that's
way better than my other catheters.
Yeah, latex, that's not the way to go. Silicone is always the way to go.
And it, you know, for someone with a narrow urethra like me.
Yeah, he's a 14.
I don't even know what that means.
I'm lost right now.
It's a 14 millimeter.
We're talking about his medical device experience.
Usually, most men get about a 16 mil. It's kind of the standard sizing. And then they can go, if they have a smaller urethra, it's 14. Bigger urethra, which is kind of weird.
It's like a 20.
It's an 18.
All right, let's not get Darin fired. So we have the Superhuman pre-workout line right here.
You've got all of them there, right?
I've got all of them.
That's 4 of the 5. We are missing Extreme.
So there's 5 different pre-workouts.
There are.
How do you categorize this? I mean, they all have their own names. They're probably going to have their own placements.
Yep.
How do you differentiate them? How do you kind of help the consumer understand the difference in them?
Yep.
And then I want Joey to explain the
formulation.
formulas and do all the science. But here they are. We got red. No, we don't have red caps yet.
Not yet. Next run, I believe, is when they're coming in. I'm not in charge of this, but next run. Right now, we're just using the black. I think we had black lids before. It's a nice little nod to our history.
It's a nice little nod to something else. TK, will you pull out the
Folgers? It also reminds...
We noticed this before the podcast. We were like, this could be the inspiration.
That was the inspo right
and
there.
by the way, from the years 1920 to the year 1980, that was your activation energy, guys.
Folgers.
Now this...
It's subliminal.
Yeah.
It's subconscious.
The exact same Pantone.
Exactly. Now this Superhuman is actually your new evolved.
Someone's going to
wake
put
up.
that on their kitchen counter, reach for the Folgers, and they'll be like, you know what? No, I'm going to have this
I
instead.
want to be superhuman. I want
And by the way,
super poop.
The idea we had earlier is great. We should get that exact mold, that exact tub, and create sizes of Superhuman pre-workout. And
The 365 serving.
By the way,
Year supply.
I'd fucking buy it.
Well, because we're psychopaths.
Yeah, we are. I still consume about a gram of
You know,
caffeine a day.
I saw that Centrum had a 365 count multivitamin, and I'm like, genius. You'll
that's-
never have to come back to the store for another year.
You don't want that.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't want that. All right,
So
let's talk. Do you
let's
have, do you
talk
have
the line.
Extreme here at all?
You sent me these.
That's all I
This
sent.
is what was in the box.
I didn't send you the fifth one.
I don't believe so.
Are you sure?
I just opened the box today.
I'm going to have
What-
to pull up the formula. By the way, Stack 3D has not done the reveal yet on their website.
No, they haven't.
I cruised on Stack 3D. I was like, God, it's been so long since I've been on this website.
They did the teas.
They did both the teases.
Well,
And maybe because Shane hasn't woken up yet.
maybe Shane has all of these, and
Yeah.
he knew about it ahead of time.
So explain the lineup.
All right, let's talk about it. So the idea behind these, right, is that we basically evolved every single formula in this line outside of Burn. Burn was great. People love Burn. Like that one has stood the test of time. It's our number one seller. So we did not touch that formula outside of the removal of like the artificial flavor or artificial colors within that product. So all the same flavors, everything. That Burn addresses that one major customer cohort that we typically see, which is I'm the customer that is here because I'm goal oriented and I want to lose excess weight, right? So then on the other side of the business, we say, all right, what about the consumer that wants to build muscle? And that's where Jacked comes in. So both Jacked and Burn act as like our 2+1 offerings with that additional caveat to building muscle. And we do that through basically two main peptides.
Where's my duck?
And oh shit, I did say it, didn't I? Caveat me. Dang, that's rough. And then also there's additional ingredients in here. Again, kudos to Joe for putting this formula together. And then when it comes to the other three, which is Original, Pump, and Extreme, Original, which is the one on your way right.
This one right here.
Original was a $49.99 price point. It was the same price point as Pump. It was the same price point as Extreme. And when I looked at the data as a retail guy, I'm like, wait, there's no like strategic pricing for your Original versus your Extreme.
No
So
product differentiation.
I mean, there's product differentiation, no pricing architecture.
Right. There's no good, better, best.
Yeah. And so it doesn't really tell the story of like, I'm an entry level consumer. Do I start with the Original or do I start with the Extreme? They're the same price. I might as well maybe grab the Extreme, especially as like, a retailer that's buying it from you. If they're the same cost, but there's more in the Extreme, I should buy the Extreme, right? Like that's typical. So we retooled the Original to hit a price point that makes sense for us to hit a $39.99 entry level. We actually, I think, made vast improvements to the formula, took out stuff that wasn't like acute hitting, that was expensive.
Like S7?
Potentially S7, and some other, I think, more like energy, quote unquote, boosting ingredients, and made it really like simplified and effective. And then when it comes to Pump, like we kept the things in there that people love. Like there's lion's mane still in there. There's, high levels. We went from citrulline malate to citrulline within that product. We took out Hydroprime because we had clumping issues, for years prior. So we just wanted to make a better product experience and a better product long-term for the business. And so that's where you have Pump, and then Extreme completely reformulated. We took out a lot of some of the bells and whistles that weren't that acute experience. And when we talk about extreme, right, like
It's extreme.
when you want an extreme product, you want high caffeine, you want stims that are relatively experiential, you want that euphoric feeling that you get when you go to when you're an extreme type of pre-workout user. That's what you're looking for. At least that's what I was looking for, and I think I'm kind of the mainstream pre-workout user. And so that's what we did with Extreme.
Can you stop dicking with your damn phone?
He's addicted.
Eduardo sent me a killer meme. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Can
dang.
you stop,
Was it
producer?
did he make a meme of my side boob?
I don't know.
A little bit. That's from Ratatouille.
Dang, that's solid. That goes hard, bro.
Jesus.
That goes hard. So that's kind of the lineup. But I would say Joe, you were involved over 2 years ago putting these together.
And it's gnarly. It is a gnarly ride.
Dude.
Extreme?
well, not just Extreme. Like the entire lineup is well done. Like there's things that
You can tell where there's different elements bolted
Yes.
on. You see the original skeleton, and it's like, now we have this, now we have this, now we have this.
Exactly. And I think that's the crux of it for a user and a user journey, right? Is like, if I love original, but today I want to feel something, right? Like I want to go do heavy squats and see God. I'm going to go grab Extreme.
Yeah.
Or for instance, like for me, I'm the aging demo. I actually probably will gravitate more towards probably Burn and Jacked, right?
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm over the age of 30. I'm losing half a percentage point of muscle a year kind of going forward.
So I was going to breach this this question earlier, and is there some sort of a middle ground between our refusing to age passively with Alpha Lion and the Superhuman series of pre-workouts where you guys create like a true non-stim pre-workout? And I know you have Pump, and it probably could be built on the skeleton of Pump, but something that starts bringing people from that Alpha Lion branding into the Superhuman branding. And I don't know, like in your current lineup has left room for something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that category is something that is like very much emerging. Like TK and I, like we are connoisseurs of non-stim pre-workouts because we work out late in the evenings and we consume our caffeine like early in the day, except for on obviously nights like tonight.
If you want my raw, honest opinion about where I see the future of this, like I actually think that men in this category love Jacked.
Yeah.
I want to make Jacked so successful that I can make a non-stim Jacked.
Oh, baby. Now that I could really get on with.
That's what I'm saying. Is because like there's so many like men like
It
we
would
don't-
eliminate so many other products that I take.
We don't want to lose muscle, right?
Right.
That's the one thing that we want to hold on to as men, right? Muscle and hair. Like those are the two things that we have to. Like we can kind of have our beer bellies, that's all fine and dandy, but like do not lose that muscle and do not
Your
lose the
lats
hair.
better be bigger than your gut.
Exactly.
So from a formulation standpoint, what is the differentiation?
Should I go through the whole lineup?
We're talking about Jacked right now.
Yeah, let's talk about
so,
Jacked.
So the context is if you don't have muscle degeneration, I guess that's sort of its play, right? Or muscle building.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of muscle building and then also muscle retention probably at the same time in some ways, right?
Okay, now and how is that attributed in the formula?
Because we've got Pepsi Strong in it.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's two Neurotos peptides in there. There's Pepsi Pump and there's Pepsi Strong. And the fact that those are in there and that it's actually flavored well is pretty commendable. That we have both of those things in there, like there's so much to appreciate about that. And I'm a guy, I take Pepsi Strong as a capsule in like with like my post-workout regimen. But to take something like that, I wouldn't have to worry about it. And I could like have those peptides like, hitch a ride on all the different blood flow going to my extremities if I were to take it in a pre-workout context.
So it's like a catalyst for it in a way.
I mean, it could certainly make it work better, and the clinicals on Pepsi Strong, like it's like, it doesn't matter when you take it.
Yeah.
Explain Pepsi Strong.
Pepsi Strong is something that activates muscle protein synthesis. So it's something like, you could say like creatine and leucine, like a lot of these things activate muscle protein synthesis. But this is a network of 2 different peptides from fava bean that work to not only increase muscle protein synthesis, but also to stop muscle protein breakdown. So from overtraining, you can end up, having a loss of muscle mass because like your body's just like kind of starving for more nutrients. And you could do that from fasting. You could do that from not hitting your daily protein goals. There's a lot of different ways where your body's going to be like, oh, fuck, I need resources and I need to get them from somewhere. And it'll start breaking down your own muscle tissue in order to derive ATP. And that's a process called gluconeogenesis. And you really don't want that to happen because your body's effectively eating its muscle tissue in order to get energy, and you don't want that to happen.
I felt that earlier when I was really hangry.
Yeah. No, and like as someone who refuses to age passively, the protein goal has become something that I've become abundantly aware of recently.
Yep.
And I buy protein in mass now.
Of course.
And I will consume sometimes between like 4 and 5 shakes a day just so I can get my numbers up because I know that I might only eat once or twice. And like I had a chicken sandwich earlier and that might have like between 30 and 50 grams of protein, but I have like 180 pounds of muscle mass that I've got to, so like, okay, I have a 130 gram quota left. How many shakes is that going to take? Most of them are like 25 grams.
Yep.
So, okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 protein shakes on top of
Everything else
the
you're
chicken sandwich.
Yep.
But if I, have 2 chicken sandwiches in one day, then I might get anywhere from like 60 to 100 grams of protein. I still have to consume 3 to 4 protein shakes in order to hit my protein goal.
Where does Pepsi Strong come in the mix here?
So it helps you reach that net positive. So it shuts off or doesn't like fully shut off, but dampens the body's ability to start tapping into your skeletal muscle protein as an energy reservoir. So between the protein goal, like if you hit your protein goal and you take Pepsi Strong, you're going to have an anabolic response. If you don't hit your protein goal and you take Pepsi Strong, it decreases the likelihood of you having a net negative. So it's helping you preserve that muscle tissue.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think that's where this product to me makes a lot of sense for that demo. Like just
Slide me over that, Jack.
yeah, right there on the end. Because
I do want to get into the other ones.
I was gonna say the other piece to besides the dual peptides that we have in here, right? Is like
It's the pump stuff.
It's the basic form. It's everything you need within a typical pre-workout, right? The
skeleton.
citrulline levels, the betaine, that for the output. Like
I mean, you've got some
tolerant-
electrolyte considerations. You got gray B vitamins that are both coenzyme form.
Exactly.
You have a heaping dose of choline in here.
Yep.
37% of the daily value at 200 milligrams. There's, what is the yield here? We got 54 plus 38. So I'm looking at roughly 250 milligrams of caffeine.
260-ish. 260. Yeah, with the delayeds and the.
And then you've got taurine, always a plus. Tyrosine at 1,000 milligrams, and that combines well with the B6 in here to increase dopamine, adrenaline, noradrenaline. And then, I'm going to pair the citrulline. What?
Before you get into, I think the ingredient you're going to talk about, that ingredient is also why I think of this product when it comes to the Alpha Lion like core consumer, right? What's like the number one killer of men?
Man, the same as human beings.
Is that number one across the board?
It's heart disease.
Heart disease,
Yeah.
right? So like that's why that ingredient to me is like special. Like there's other benefits outside of like the acute pump, right? That you can
Because there's a chronic aspect to this as well.
Yes.
So it's the pump stuff. The pump stuff is what excites me the most about this. 6 grams of citrulline. Okay, yeah, baby, we're making nitric oxide. Sure. Everyone knows that. Like it's a little bit superior to taking arginine because if you take arginine for nitric oxide, there's an arginase enzyme that could break down. So if you take citrulline, you kind of bypass that whole thing. It recycles back into arginine so you can make nitric oxide. But there is a probiotic in here called Tensia, and this is a Lactoplantobacillus plantarum. It is a specific strain that has been selectively bred, and it originally came from cheese, and it comes from the country of Estonia. So, like, I found this thing How long ago was this?
Savage Special.
I would probably say like 5 years ago, I found this thing and I sat on it and I was like, I want this. Baby, I want this. And I was waiting to put this in a Glaxon product and I never had the opportunity to do it. And I was so close. Like there was a version of like plasma caps that we were going to do with this and it never saw the light of day because obviously Glaxon shit the bed. But now it's in here. And this excites me because it's got multiple aspects of how it works. One, in a clinical setting, like it decreases both diastolic and systolic blood pressure, but that is alluding to what is going on mechanistically. Like, why is it causing this drop in blood pressure? This bacteria sits in your gut and it has an enzyme, and this enzyme is capable of like taking nitrates, whether that comes from an exogenous nitrate source or beetroots or spinach, or if you had a salad that day, it will give you pumps. Like, this is something that sits in your gut symbiotically. Like, you are introducing this thing, you are a host to this organism, and it will take the foods that you eat and help turn it into nitric oxide. And it's like, what? Really? So like I could take this pre-workout, go have a salad after my workout, and all of a sudden I get a more sustained pump. Like, get out of here. And that's
it's not even bro science. This is actual science, but like it feels really appealing to me, right? As someone who like loves the bro science of like, oh, I can be vascular way longer after my workout.
Yeah, dude, salad pumps.
Salad
you
pumps.
could literally be getting salad pumps. Or if you're a psychopath who loves eating beets, then you can be like, this is a good beet, and get a sick pump from just eating a beet. I do like consuming nitrates. You have to be very careful about it because like you'll find them in other products and stuff, but this synergizes with any kind of exogenous nitrate source like really well because you're able to rapidly turn it into nitric oxide. And historically, if you were to take nitrates, you swallow it, it goes to your gut absorbs it at 100%, but it pumps it up to your mouth tissue because there's bacteria that live in your mouth that can make a half conversion into nitrite, which you would swallow again, and then your body has enzymes that can convert that into nitric oxide. That whole transit takes like at least 2 hours. So like when we go work out and I'm like consuming a nitrate pre-workout and I'm like, I have to wait an hour. There's two reasons. One, I'm waiting on that pump thing, that cycle to happen. Second, because I'm waiting to shit my pants.
This is true.
But this shouldn't make you shit your pants, right?
No, this is far from that other pre-workout. And I have a weird relationship with it. It was like, because I like that it causes a bowel movement before my workout.
Of course.
But, that way I'm just completely clear and I'm not farting when I'm doing squats.
Yeah. You really like to time everything.
It's literally everything. The second thing about this bacteria that it's a probiotic, it lives in your gut, it has this enzyme, it's able to convert nitrates into nitric oxide in one step without all that circulation of like waiting an hour or whatever. But it also secretes peptides in your gut that have angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitor properties. And it's more specific to angiotensin 1, which is a little bit different from the pepti pump, which inhibits angiotensin 2. So you're able to inhibit both angiotensin enzymes to decrease blood pressure. So you actually have even better pumps. Now, this is also something that not just pepti pump does, but Vasodrive AP does. These are all different like types of peptides that work on the same systems. But this is something that lives inside you and just says, I'll give it to you 24 hours a day. Take your pre-workout every day and you will get these pumps around the clock. And wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if I could just take this thing once a day and all of a sudden, like, I get pumps on a 24-hour drip?
Just stay pumped.
Just stay pumped.
I mean, as a man, why would you not want to stay pumped the full day?
This could work in sexual enhancement.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't say it out loud, but
that's what you were implying.
I was implying it.
Like, as far as like your customer demographic, could this enhance you sexually? Yes, it could. And you could still take your PDE5 inhibitors and still have a good time. But yeah, this definitely would. All nitric oxide works in that same kind of mechanism. If it helps you with blood flow to your extremities, it's all 5 of them, and then not just 4.
This one just has some great upcycling that it's continuous.
Yeah, that's
But what makes this thing like technologically cool, and I talked about this at the Sports and Active Nutrition Summit, is it combines two very interesting things. We have this world of peptides and we have this world of functional probiotics that do something that is not gut health or immunity, because that is the most boring part of probiotics, but it's the most common thing whenever people talk about probiotics. It's like, oh yeah, it's for my gut health and it helps me poop and it helps my immune system. Not this one. This one is for heart health, it's for vascular health, and it's for keeping you pumped 24/7. And when you have a functional probiotic and you've got peptides, and then you've got this functional probiotic that secretes peptides, it's mind-blowingly awesome.
I want to try it.
Found both in Vitamin Shop and GNC, as well as alphalion.com. Thank you. Cut. Like that was, no, yeah. No, I think.
That's a clippable moment.
I mean, honestly, like every person that we've sent
Mango
this to.
Vaniac, by the way.
Yeah, so the two flavors right now are Mango Vaniac and Slaughtermelon. So Mango Vaniac is our mango strawberry sherbet flavor, and again, we have pretty fun flavor names. Slaughtermelon is our watermelon lemonade flavor, and then we have a third one in the works too. So if this goes well, I will launch the third one in a pretty well-known flavor as well.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, sure. If this goes well and we make this sell well,
Promise the people what they want.
we're gonna put our great and well-known bulk juice into this system, and that is
As long as it's not grape.
no, it's not great.
Bulk juice is like a green apple.
Bulk juice is actually a sour gummy bear.
Oh, baby.
okay.
Yeah, and so like I've already tried these samples, everything's approved, so we got to make this a success. So if you watch this and you're interested in trying this product, buy it.
Still, a
GNC
mango
Vitamin
strawberry
Shop.
sherbet is definitely worth the ride.
So Jacked is kind of the
Yeah.
sleeper of the group, but we have
It's been
It's the most technologically advanced
It's
one.
been a sleeper, but that's the one that I would say like we put the most new innovation into for this round. Yeah.
okay.
the world might not be ready.
We know
for
about
it.
Burn.
They might not be ready.
Burn's a top seller. It's been kind of flagship for a while.
Yep.
The
Slide that one over.
only thing that's changed is the color system, right?
The colors. The colors are now natural.
It's been a while since I've seen her. That was a terrible slide.
worst slides I've ever seen. You are not invited to my curling league.
Dragon Punch.
So this is the Dragon Punch flavor is our exclusive flavor at Vitamin Shop, and then our blue lemonade is our exclusive flavor at GNC, and that's a blue lemonade.
Would you say that this is
Lemonator.
stackable with Burn 2.0?
Yeah, that's how I would say most consumers buy it, is this and Burn 2.0 together. So 25 megs of GBB.
That's
and then the
exactly what I'm
5.
looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the GBB value, and I was like, oh, it's small enough.
Yeah.
But this does have Rewalsing. So like there's some things in this that harken to Burn 2.0.
Yep.
There's some things that harken a little bit too extreme.
Yes.
And one is the Rewalsing, and we literally, so this alpha bin that's in here,
We were there.
TK and I went to the facility where it is made in
India.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Like we're literally sitting down with PK, and we've also talked with Dr. Anand, who is part of CFAM that sells this material. But we were literally in the facility where it's made.
That's so cool.
And like it's
In the stage 5 clean room.
oh yeah.
Okay.
We had to put on like what they call bunny suits, where like it covers you from head to toe.
That's
and
awesome.
we like saw the Rewalfia roots and like all that stuff.
It's like a building built inside of a building that's completely stainless steel.
Oh, wow.
You have
Yeah.
to go inside a chamber that's within an encased building.
The airlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have known like Jordan and the team for a while. Like they've picked pretty good ingredients. They like to use these patented ingredients from like reputable sources. So
I mean, we went all the way to the source.
Yeah, exactly.
We saw it firsthand.
they're good. I don't know if we've ever been, but I'm glad you guys have.
I can say firsthand,
It's an acquired taste.
it's legit. It's legitimate.
Keep going.
Yeah, and it's in the town of Chandigarh, which is like really rad. All right, the black pepper, that's something we have across the whole line. We've got citrulline in here. This is at 4 grams instead of the 6 that you have in Jacked. This one does have beta alanine. Now, there's something special to be said about this combination of like beta alanine and the GBB together.
Yep.
So like not only is my skin tingling, but like I'm perspiring like nobody's business.
Yep.
And that alone is like mildly euphoric.
Yeah.
There's something purging and cleansing about that whole process.
Imagine you want to lose weight and you're sweating a little bit
You're
and you
literally
feel it.
feeling
Like,
it leave your body.
there's as much as like, it's the experience, right? Like that experience releases dopamine and can potentially put you on the right track to actually hit your
and
goal,
also
right?
like endogenous endorphins.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that too. Mitoburn in here, like I've always been a fan of Mitoburn. Who's not? Like, and if you don't know those people at home, Mitoburn is something called L-beta amino isobutyric acid, or BABA, which is something that is known as like an exercise mimetic. And where it shines the most is the conversion of white adipose tissue into brown adipose tissue. And the brown adipose tissue is like more metabolically and energetically active because it has more mitochondria and it burns more fat than the white adipose tissue, which is really just storage.
Stubborn fat.
Yeah, it is a storage unit full of fat. There's like one mitochondria in there, hardly doing his fucking job. But beta is something that like helps move those triglycerides, into this other area, but it's also something that works in the mitochondria that pretty much kicks that solo mitochondria in the ass and says like, all right, it's time to start doing your job, and wakes them up. Sant Energy, this is something that is really needed. It synergizes really well with caffeine. And in this one, we're still looking at 304 milligrams. It's actually more than Jacked.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 50 milligrams more caffeine in this than you are in Jacked. But I mean, it's standard energy drink if you do rains and bangs. But yeah, this is definitely something you would want to take.
This one, when I take in the morning,
Yeah.
like it lasts me. Like usually if I don't have a pre-workout in the morning, I don't work out and I just rely on my energy drink.
Fasted.
I need, always fast. I'm always fasted.
Yeah.
If you can't tell by my body, I'm always not eating.
Well, men are more particular to doing fasted cardio.
Yeah.
It works better for them. Women, it's not as good. Like women are way more like they need to eat something.
Yeah.
But when it comes to fasted cardio, like this is one of those perfect tools.
What I was going to say is when I have this in the morning though, like if I have an energy drink instead of this and I don't work out, I need another energy drink by like 10 o'clock.
Right.
This,
But
like
this'll
if I
cruise
take that in
ya.
the morning, I'm fine until like 3 or 4. And then sometimes I'll just, drink a diet soda instead. And
Yeah.
then like my caffeine goes way down because like,
You've hit your quota early.
well, this thing's lasted me. My quota is like a gram. But
Oh
when
my God.
But when I do a pre-workout like this, just that energy because of the system. So I think,
because it's got Sant Energy, because it's
Well,
got
we-
all
we-
these other things.
yeah, but we also have, we're really the only one that is supplying delayed release from Zoom XR still.
Yeah.
So that's part of our superhuman energy system that's really unique to just us.
And
Like,
it lasts.
And it's going to last. Like it lasts multiple hours, right?
And it's nice
So-
that it lasts because like you do have the delayed deployment of this
Yeah.
300 milligram bolus that like it's taking place over time.
Yes.
Then we got some ashwagandha in here, Sensoril, very legit. That's Sabinsa's material, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We went to their facility as well.
Okay.
India was a fun trip.
And he's got great product out there, right?
They really do.
Calorburn GP. This
And
is
packaging.
This has got 6-paradol. This is something that works on the. So this is part of the TRPV receptor. So this is something that causes like calcium influx into the cell. It turns on this thing called the AMPK, which also helps you burn more fat. It's definitely something that works really well with the mitoburn. So like those are two ingredients that synergistically work together on two different pathways that both facilitate fat loss. And then you could even say that there's an argument for the alpha-bin in here. Wait, there's no carnitine in here. So that's definitely designed to stack with burn 2.0.
Yep.
And then you get the gram of mitoburn. So the stack unlocks other benefits.
Tons. Yeah.
Great idea. Great planning. I can't believe it. Someone really smart must have been behind that.
A
I wonder who.
madman, maybe.
I wonder who.
I want to see this pump.
All right. Yeah. Oh, I'd love your take on the pump.
Now, this
If
is
you-
caffeine free, right?
Yeah. If you
So
were,
this is.
do you remember formulating this? I mean, it's 2 years
It was
ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, like maybe not.
That's probably
He's on this
honestly,
podcast
if Jack-
surprising himself.
If Jacked was stim free, like that would probably be
Okay,
my
yes.
go-to pre-workout.
Yeah, I think honestly, let's make it a success with some of these cuts over here, and we'll
So this
put
is
some
definitely
paid behind it, make it successful.
I'm a non-stim guy.
Yeah. Okay.
One of my favorite pre-workouts is AN non-stim.
Okay.
The AN Performance non-stim. I love that pre-workout.
Thanks.
That's the one I use personally.
I think that was me and Ben putting that one together.
Yeah.
There's beefy choline like that's abundant in this entire lineup.
Yes.
So like
I'm really interested to try this now.
Yeah. This could
This
definitely
is probably going to replace my new favorite.
This is your new non-stim?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got citrulline at 8 grams, which is way generous. And it's double what's in burn. It's about 25% more than what's in jacked. But yeah, I mean, we're in a good territory here. It does have beta alanine, so you will be tingly. But it does also have agmatine sulfate, which like helps feed that cycle that citrulline's a part of. There's a robust amount of electrolytes in here. We got magnesium, sodium, chloride, and potassium.
I love that.
The B6, B12.
I love that.
You know, there's
It's
nothing.
like all the makeup of just a solid, well-rounded pre-workout that works well.
Another gram of taurine, and then there's the choline the full dose of choline is shown in the bottom, but it shows in the top too. Estrogen, huperzine A, which is like a little bit of a cognitive edge, and then also vincamine, which has got dual purpose, so it's like a little bit of cognitive thing because it helps vasodilation to the brain. But that also works globally, so it works with the whole pump thing by being a calcium ion channel blocker.
Lion's mane.
And and the lion's mane. So like, yeah, there's definitely like cognitive considerations here, but then like there's some of that overlaps with the cardiovascular system, which I think is great.
Yeah, I think when I take a pump product, I really want that additional like nootropic benefit, like feel to
Absolutely.
it, and so like that's
Yeah.
why.
It's like what's going to keep me coming back because it can't just be pumps alone.
Yeah.
Well, you
just
need the
can't be pumps.
euphoria that you're not getting with high stem.
Yeah.
Right? So like, I was telling Joey this, like, I'm not a huge fan of nitrates. To me, I get too pumped and I don't get a good workout.
Okay, interesting.
So I usually go towards things that are agmatine, citrulline.
Yep.
That's generally
and
like,
or arginine too.
and or arginine.
And there's definitely an argument that can be made for like that because
You've seen me
I've
when
made products that are like in both different realms.
Yeah.
you've seen me when we work out. Like I will look better.
Dead.
No, I'll have better pumps and look more.
You look dead on nitrates though because you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
whoa.
Then on nitrates.
It's weird when I work out. I like look like a completely different
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Like I really do get like a pump. Like I look kind of scrawny
Yeah.
most of the time, but when I work out, he's like, dude, you're like jacked.
Jacked. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I've always been strong. I just don't like show up that way. But like when I take something with a combination of pumps like this opposed to nitrates,
Yep.
I just get a much better workout.
I think they're denser pumps. Like you feel them
Yeah.
much more. Like you feel the graininess of your muscle.
but you're a big proponent of nitrates, so he always is like, hey, try the. I'm like, dude, I don't get good
I
workout.
juggle around with both.
Yeah. Well, when we were at Cage, like, have you ever met Brian Rand?
No.
All right. So Brian.
Well,
Rand,
actually, I did. I met him at Franchise with you that one time.
Okay, yeah. So Brian, he did like blood plasma levels. Like we were talking about different types of energy or different types of pump formulas, and like we did a whole bunch of stuff internally as a team. He did a whole bunch of stuff with Chris, and between like citrulline, and then glycerol liquids,
Yeah.
and citrulline malate and nitrates, like everything that tested best was just pure L-citrulline. That was
Yeah.
the one that hit the most consistently for everyone that we did it with. And when we did blood plasma levels, that was the one that
And it works faster. That's the other thing.
And I think that's probably the other piece of it too. And so like when I think the last two things that I've been a part of from a formulation perspective, it's like citrulline malate, it's like just citrulline. It just freaking works.
And
Like,
if you want to take your pre-workout 30 minutes before you get to the gym, go with the citrulline arginine
which
combo
most people
or agmatine.
do. Like no one's thinking like I got to go to a gym and out.
I'm a
besides
weirdo
you,
like that.
besides
Like,
you.
It literally it pisses me off because we do it at the same
Gotta wait
time.
on this to kick in.
Yeah, and like he wants to like dibble dabble and all that kind of
Just
stuff.
get him into Superhuman, and then we don't got to worry about it. You know, everything's
And
citrulline based.
now we got plentiful amounts. So yeah.
Yes.
No,
You're
dude,
good.
this one's mine. Fuck off.
I have a box at home. Thank
Okay.
you.
By the way, I think you're really gonna like that peach rings flavor too. That one's solid.
Yeah, I like anything peach and mango. Those orange flavors.
Before
I really
we get to the OG, this is actually the formula for the extreme that you did. So
I actually looked it up online.
this is what it is.
So this was
That's the V2 that we had.
so this did launch
this
as
di-
this.
in a very small batch.
in a small window, it launched
that
under
we-
the black label.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I would not take this.
Why?
Too
It's
much
too
caffeine.
much. It's
By
like-
the way, the
it's
feedback
like
I've
when I-
gotten so far from people is like, this shit hits.
Of course it does. Of course it does. But like,
We'd be cracked out all night.
I'm
not
too
sleep.
old for this shit. Is what it's a me thing. There's nothing wrong with the formula.
That's our TikTok formula.
Yeah, but like, it's got synephrine, it's got ivy leaf, it's got the good dose of the alpha yo that's in here, and
Just lasts too long, man. You got to take that early.
you do.
I love that.
You do.
You got to take that on back days, and then you can see guys.
Back in like
this
day,
is
yeah.
like if I'm gonna
Like a Saturday morning.
yes Saturday morning
Yes.
workout where I can spend like 2 or 3 hours in the gym.
Those are the best.
Like that's when I would take this.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
This is-
not an after work
This is
6
like
p.m.
a, this is a hard, no, definitely. I'd say most of this lines outside of the pump is not after work one, just based off our superhuman energy is not for the people that don't like energy. It's for people that like energy.
And most people they love it.
Like that's, tell me why energy drinks are through the fucking moon right now. Right.
Well,
Like,
and this is like even outside of it because you can't put this in an energy drink.
well, none of this you can put in an energy drink. I think that's part of like where
Like this is a relentless fucking experience.
yeah, I think
is
that's
what this is.
That's part of like I think where I would like to see our marketing go, which is like, hey, your can of energy is
can't do this.
not a pre-workout, guys.
Yeah.
Like, and guess what? If you actually look at the costs per serving on
it's
that
cheaper.
can versus this is better. It's more performance. It's going to do you more good than bad than just drinking your energy drink at the end of the day. So like that's honestly my fight isn't with other powders at this point. My fight is to save
With energy
pre-workout.
drinks?
Is
Yeah.
to
It's
save-
superhuman. Switch on.
I'm trying to save
superhuman.
pre-workouts, guys. That's why I'm here.
If you want to look like this, then take your extreme.
By all means.
Because I took it, and this is what happened to me.
Can someone just do a quick cut of like a PSA that like your energy drink is not your pre-workout? Can someone just do a quick cut of that?
I had a spiel about this. One of my buddies worked for C4 for a long time, and he was telling me about the energy market. And I was like, yeah, I drink Ghost. And he's like, what the fuck, man? I was like, I don't want beta alanine in my energy drink. bro."
exactly.
I was like, I go to the gas station in the morning and I like to drink. I know it's great for my heart and, you know, and blah, blah, blah. I just don't want to sit here at my desk and tingle.
Itch. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I don't drink this stuff later in the evening. What am I, 12? What am I?
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
pre-workout's not made to put in a can.
No.
I think, but is pre-workout or is a can made for for a gym usage?
I think there are people that definitely do it, but they're selling themselves short.
I've seen some psychos do a dry scoop and then chase it with an energy drink.
Well, those are psychos.
By the way, those sound like superhumans.
Yeah,
Yes,
those are people on TikTok and they're like, going to the gym, dry scoop, swig it down with the Monster Chaser or something like that. And they're like, let's go. It's like, what
by
are you
the
going
way,
to do with
we
the
gotta
rest
go
of
Are
it?
they,
out
are they
tomorrow.
shoving a Zinni and an upper decky after they do it
I
too?
do.
Just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
freshen the breath?
Yeah,
too?
I like to hit
Probably.
one when I go into the sauna. I get all ready, you know?
It's a ceremony.
It is a ceremony. All right, OG. Where is it at? Is it this
There,
it?
that's it.
Okay.
There's the OG.
And this is just
You
really
might not- you
the
might not-
foundation.
Yeah, you might not remember what our other one is. It had Scent Energy in it. It had S7.
Yeah, but we did simplify this
You
for
simplified
a
it,
couple of different reasons.
but
I'm
you-
sure
I think
Joey-
we
did
gave
you
more citrulline.
You've
we
never
gave
liked
more,
S7.
I've never liked S7.
Yeah.
Oh, is that true?
It's 50 milligrams of 30 plants. How's that going to do anything? I don't know. They do have clinicals. I'll give them that.
They have nitrates.
Trace amounts. I wouldn't have guessed. But this does have the same energy backbone of it. It's 325 milligrams. Great amount of caffeine for your entry level.
Oh, for entry level, that hits.
So,
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot.
What's it? Can you look up, Jamie? Can you look up another? I'm kidding. This is my Joe Rogan reference.
We can bring it up on the TV too.
Can you bring it up? What is the? What were we talking about?
The 325 milligrams caffeine?
Yeah. So basically, my question was like, what's the breakdown of like our previous formula? I think how we always did our formulas was a split panel. Like it was
Yeah.
42-21.
Yeah.
So
Which I
like
have
in our last original formula, I think it was 4 grams of citrulline and 2 grams of citrulline.
I'm really glad you guys did away with that. You're putting your big boy pants on and finally
know what?
being a legitimate.
We're being a legitimate company.
Yeah.
We're putting our big boy pants on because hey, just FYI, you can't make claims unless your full serving is actually
The full serving.
The full serving.
Yeah.
And so if we're going to say that we are fully dosed, guess what? These are fully dosed based off clinical research.
Of the full serving.
Of the full serving.
Yeah.
All right,
You can't confuse consumers in that
Yeah.
way, guys.
I-
People who
I
have the
nailed
split
that.
panel, the half scoop.
So we were
Full scoop.
2 grams of citrulline before, 4 grams for the full scoop. Now we're 6 grams. We had basically Sant Energy, S7, and so we added vitacholine, we added vincamine, we took out S7, we took out Sant Energy, we added citrulline.
And I bet the flavors on this are just
And the flavors
bomb.
are absolutely phenomenal because we went from 311 milligrams to, was that 320?
325.
So we went up a little bit on our caffeine, but I think that was more so on the ratio of Zoom XR and DR.
So you have a couple of different gummy varietals here. This is a red gummy. You got sour gummy.
Yep.
And then do you have and the peach rings, obviously.
Yep.
So there's a lot of different gummy spins on this. So we're definitely it's fruit inspired, but it's got the candy spin.
Yeah. I think where we're going to have the most fun with this is what I think we all probably fell in love with Alpha Lion early on with. Like I remember
the fun names.
I remember Santa Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Like we brought that and we launched a strawberry cheesecake pre-workout flavor
Oh my God.
on bodybuilding.com through Superhuman, like back in 2019.
How did it sell?
It was awesome. Like,
Okay.
And they did great on .com because again, it's like these LTO.
They did have
really
like a
fun flavor
campaign of
drops.
LTOs. I think it was like one a month.
Dude, 39 months in a row. They
Yeah.
did
What?
39 months in a row was an LTO that Superhuman did. They did
Can you
30
imagine the pressure of delivering on those deadlines?
Bro, I think that's probably why that hot seat's turned over a lot.
And now you're in it.
No.
Well, it's a lot harder
Sorry,
to
Greg.
do at this new scale in which you're trying to approach.
Yeah, and but I think what we're trying to get back to is that, right? Like maybe not one a month for 39 months straight, but
Well,
maybe
your
one a
retail
quarter.
strategy is a lot different because you have exclusive flavors for different retailers. You got-
Exactly.
it's a lot more complicated now.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
It still has to be on your products.
Everyone, yeah. Don't worry about that. So we'll, but by the way, that's your doing, not mine. That's your doing.
Joey's fault.
But that's what we're trying to get back to. So we have Superhuman Burn Extreme.
There's a burn extreme.
Yeah, so we launched that. We've been launching that quarterly as like an LTO just on our .com. So we just
So
launched.
are you talking about like you were taking the extreme and you're like adding GBB and God knows what else into it?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. And so that's been our LTO strategy for like the last, I would say, year and a half, 2 years, is like we launch one of those every quarter-ish, like during a season. So like we did 2 Burn Extreme flavors in February for like Valentine's Day. We had a Lover Pop, which was like a strawberry lime popsicle that was a really great flavor. And then we did Cola Crush, which was another one, which is like a cherry cola. And then we just launched our strawberry watermelon flavor in it. And that one was called Berry Reckless.
So is that Berry
Hold
Reckless?
on.
I love that.
Hold on. And the other flavor was a Rocket Pop that we just launched around the 4th of July, which was our LTO. We sold out on site already, I think. And then that other flavor is called Rocket in My Pocket. And because those naming conventions, I think, were what made Superhuman so fun in the past. And so we're going to get back to that. We cleaned up some of the naughty stuff. Like we had our burn flavor that was called Cherry Popper.
Mm-hmm.
But
I remember that.
But that was more of a, because we're a global company, no one understood what that meant in
That's an American thing?
Popping cherries.
Yes.
The innuendo or the flavor?
The innuendo
Okay.
of what that means.
Yeah.
No one really understood that.
Russia. Why pop a cherry?
Exactly. And so like I remember like the dialogue I had with my wife is like, what the fuck? Why is this flavor in my cabinet say cherry popper on it, Darin? I'm like, well, I didn't fucking do it, right? So we changed that. So that'll be Cherrylicious under this rebrand.
Okay.
It's not super retail friendly and mass.
Of course. Hulk juice. We don't want to be sued, so that's going to be bulk juice going forward. And then our unicorn juice, which is like a fun flavor. I think you guys like unicorns, but like we don't really know it like that mean? What does unicorn juice mean to someone?
Maybe like a sherbet.
It is. It's a rainbow sherbet. So you know exactly what it means. But it just didn't speak to like the demo and who we are. So that one's being renamed as Flexual Healing.
Oh,
And so we're going to have these fun names.
flexual. I like that word.
Flexual Healing. And so we'll continue to kind of iterate. We have really smart, funny, like writers on our team, like we said about like some of the social we do, that they help us come up with some of these names and get them trademarked. So flavor IP is going to be really important to us going forward within the Superhuman lineup. And then again, like Superhuman is our activation energy platform.
So are you going to ever do a burn extreme under this new Superhuman umbrella? Like is your LTOs?
We probably will still, because our customers, especially in our D2C,
Can't never say never kind of thing.
just love it. They just
Yeah.
love it. And we can sell like 3 to 5,000 units in like a 36-hour period, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a nice little business case to have. Where we want to be able to take LTOs is like, we want to be able to launch and use our network and our strength as a marketing company to launch an LTO
do a jacked extreme.
alongside a retailer. So that's really where you'll see these flavor stories kind of come to life, and potentially utilizing some of these, right? Where like Pump and Extreme, Pump and Original might pair very well together too. So could we create a stack
Oh my
or a
God.
box opening experience with the flavor system that we launch that's on our D2C, but also available in our retailer for like 60-day LTO. Once it's gone, it's gone. Can we start doing that on a
Hold
quarterly
on.
basis?
Let me,
A whole
let me
bunch
see
of
Pump and
promotional
Original
artillery.
together.
You want to see those guys together?
Because like when I looked at Original, like it's not just the skeleton, but you do get some aspects of the Pump.
Yeah.
So like there is a little bit of Pump that's in Original.
I mean, that would be a lot of citrulline.
I know that's what I'm looking
So
at.
a half and you want to half and half it.
I'm gonna get totally flexual on this.
Yes, half and half it.
No, I wouldn't half and half it. You would get 6.4 beta alanine, which is
Fine.
glorious. You would get 12 grams of citrulline. Oh my god. 3 grams of agmatine.
Oh my God. Anyone movie reference if I do this? Oh my God.
Nope.
Okay.
It's great though.
It's from Tommy Boy.
We do love it.
I love that movie.
You would end up with 2 grams.
It's my daughter's favorite movie.
2 grams of taurine. You would end up with a gram of vitacholine, which actually would get you really close to the 100% RDA choline.
Yep.
You would end up with 20 grams of vincamine, which I actually that's the dose that I do. Is like
Vincamine's super
personal
underrated
connoisseur.
in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like no one uses that too much.
No, but I mean it's mechanistically it really makes sense in a lot of these things. But that's well, I guess you would be doubling up on your B6 and on your B12, but I mean, it's still it's
We're gonna do piss it out.
yeah, pretty much. But you do end up hitting the full milligram B12.
There you go.
Which there's clinicals on that for like endurance and like time to exhaustion, a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, that I would suffer the caffeine dose of 325 milligrams for this combination.
That'd be hard. Yeah.
I would totally do that. That's probably what I'm going to do for my next workout. I'm gonna do one of each of those. What are the flavors? So those flavors going to drive? We got peach.
All right.
So we have peach and then cherry, but they're both gummies, so like that can work.
In Original, we have 5 flavors. We have our Lion's
I'm
Blood.
talking about what I have in my box at home.
Oh, in your
which
box.
is those.
You might have different ones.
Oh shit. Okay.
I might have sent different ones to you guys. I spread out the flavor love across multiple people I sent products to, just to spread out the flavor love.
All right.
Because I mean, that's what matters in pre-workout, right? Like
How many flavors are you launching in each of these?
everything that we have in market is the
All 4 of
exact
these.
same flavor system. Like that's what's cool about this too. Is like if you took
So these are each of the 4 flavors that you will see in each of these products.
No. So Original has 5 flavors in market today.
Yeah.
Like those 5 will continue in this V2.
Okay.
And so that's like a Lion's Blood, a Hulk Juice, a Flexual Healing, an Orange Creamsicle, and a Grapezilla.
Okay.
And then in Pump, you have 4 flavors, which is Hulk Juice, Peach Pumps, you have Mango Vaniac, and damn it.
You almost had it.
I know.
This is Grapezilla.
Oh, Blue Steel.
Oh, Blue Steel.
That's our blueberry mojito flavor. People love that flavor.
Very neat.
Yeah. And then our Extreme's going to have 4 flavors, Grapezilla, Slaughter Melon, the Bulk Juice, and one other one.
Okay.
And then our burns have right now 5 flavors in total on our site, which is the Dragon Fruit Punch, which is Vitamin Shop exclusive, Lemonator, which is blueberry lemonade, that's GNC exclusive, Hulk Juice, Cherrylicious, and then Blazeberry, which is our blue gummy bear. That's the other gummy bear. And then Jacked right now is just 2 flavors, which is the Mango Vaniac and the Slaughter Melon.
So you guys just launched this today, right?
Today, yeah. This
July
is live-
31st, for the
live-
record.
Live on the site today. It's already shipped to both GNC and Vitamin Shop. And so each retailer will have at least 2 of each from the family. So we spread out flavors
Do
within.
you know when those will be dropping into those stores?
I mean, you've been in retail.
It could be anytime.
It could be anytime. It's usually like a 4-week lead by the time it hits their DCs to where it bleeds out to the entirety of the system.
So by the time people are going back to school, these will be available.
Yeah, I would say by the 19th of August, these
Yeah.
will be in full scale, and probably both retailers. Definitely like where the majority of stores are, which are East Coast, like because that's where the FCs are. Like they'll hit stores much sooner.
So you guys probably had a pretty decent amount of sales today on this new launch.
We've had, I think, tremendous amount of sales today on
Yeah.
this new launch. Yeah.
Okay, so it's available now at alphalion.com. Give it 4 weeks-ish before it's available in both GNC and in Vitamin Shop.
Yes.
That's nuts. Okay. As we wrap up, where can the people find you? Where are you on socials, and where's Alpha Lion on socials?
I'm private on social.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Private Darin.
Private Darin. No, Legend Darin01 on Instagram. The handles to follow Alpha Lion and the future of Superhuman are going to be at Alpha Lion on Instagram, and at Drink Superhuman is our handle for Superhuman. That's being, I think they were supposed to launch it today. We'll see if they did.
They need to change that image to a red one.
Yeah, if it's not already. Is it not? Did you look at it recently?
Not yet. I haven't tagged you guys.
Okay. So those would be the 2 handles. And yeah, follow Troy, Superhuman Troy on YouTube. Follow his journey. He's actually, I don't know if you've seen Troy lately, but he's 40. He just turned 40. He looks better than most 20-year-olds that I know.
Is he guinea pigging all of this?
Yeah, and he's also been training to like win the Masters for the 100-meter dash. And so he's
Master Dasher.
He's super fast. He's superhuman, and like he's a great catalyst to this. So we're just super thankful for the reception, the support from guys like you, guys like TK, like to be able to bring like this is no small feat. For
I'm
a
glad we were
brand.
able to break this whole story.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a small feat, right? Like
9 years
to
in the
do
making
something
or
like
so.
this. 9 years in the making of being able to feel comfortable to have a team, have retail partnerships, have success, have folks that help with formulation that you trust, have good supply, manufacturing partners, label, branding, operations, like all that stuff has to like hit in order for something as big as this to like really take hold and market. And so I know it's day one, but I'm very optimistic on where Superhuman as a brand or sub brand right now, but a future brand potentially can go. Because if we talk a activation energy platform, like that can potentially mean a lot of different things in the future.
Superhuman could very definitely be its own thing.
Absolutely.
It can go into energy drinks, beverage, RTDs, all that kind of stuff.
If it becomes
It could
big
be
enough,
anything.
yeah,
As long as it makes you superhuman.
as
Yeah,
long as it
'cause it's
is
such a great name.
as long as it's about activation and that energy that we put out into the market, I think that brand has a place. Yep.
All right. Awesome. Go out there. Go to alphaline.com. Go buy some Superhuman Jacked. Darin Decker, thank you for coming on and sharing this amazing new launch with us.
Caleb Williams, call out. Nails painted. Chicago Bears 2026 Super Bowl champions, calling it right here.
And we will see you next time on the Stopworks podcast.
Thank you.